Two ministries that time. There was Ministry of Planning and Economic Development and Ministry of Finance. They were separate. Actually, they are the ones who advised me to merge them. It was part of their advice. Now, those young economists belonged to the thinking of the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank. They really believed in the analysis and the strategy of the IMF and the World Bank. We, from the bush, yes, we were aware of what they were talking about, but we had a deeper target than what they were talking about. However, our partnership has been quite helpful to the country. English language is poor. They don't have enough words. I don't know why the Banyankot have slightly more words than the English. So there are 3 words. One is opomora. Opomora is when somebody is injured and bleeding. In order to deal with the wound, it is very crucial that you opomora. You stop the bleeding. But the Banyankore have another word called okujenga. Okujenga is what you would call in your English surgery, to do surgery. And then the other word which applies to the Muhakanizi group is okwegama. Okwegama. Okwegama, to stand by the side and you let things happen. Now, the therapy of this group of our friends whom we found here, Mutevire, Kasami, Muhakanizi, there is this new governor, deputy governor of the Bank of Uganda. He's in that group. He's also Omomozi, Okomora, and the others whom Janet was talking about, whom I don't know. Their therapy was as follows. Number 1, control inflation. Because if you don't control inflation, the economy will not stabilize, the economic actors will not have a predictable environment. And how do you control inflation? First of all, you control the supply of money, but secondly, you also have strict budgeting. Don't spend the money you don't have. Now, number 2, allow the market forces to determine the price of commodities, including the exchange rate. Because before we came, they had the practice of the Bank of Uganda. Now, on our side from the bush, ours was okujenga. Okay, you can have the komora, you can have they call it macroeconomic stabilization, but you must do the surgery so that the economy becomes a new economy. And what they had proposed, and we had accepted and they had implemented, helped us to do our kujenga, our surgery, our structural changes. Now, these were what? Number 1, because what they were proposing, what they recommended to us and what we accepted quickly resulted in what we call minimum economic recovery, i.e. stop magendo, stop what they were calling Oksamla, speculation, stop the Chibanda, the foreign currency black market. Those really stopped, mainly because of their medicine, the medicine of the Muhakanizi and Museveni, the IMF, the IMF approach. Those distortions stopped because why go to Chibanda if the dollar is determined by the market? Because what was encouraging Chibanda, the foreign currency speculation was, I would buy dollars cheap. No, I would get the officials, those who had access to dollars, they would go to dollars cheap from the Bank of Uganda and go and sell them on the Chibanda. But if you say now, no, the price of the dollar would be determined by the market, then the Chibanda becomes irrelevant. And the smuggling incentive also goes away. So therefore, the minimum recovery was really achieved by that. But now, there was the issue of the expansion of the economy. I don't have time, I don't want to transform a funeral into a lecture, but we had to do the expansion, do the diversification, and now new economy, the new economy of science, for instance. And that's what we are insisting on. Now, because they are still there, like the President Bank of Uganda manager is part of that group. And recently I wrote him a long letter along those lines. They should also look at our surgery. For instance, the new sectors which we brought into the economy by mobilization. You know what they did not realize? This IMF group, they were talking of the private sector-led growth. Then I would ask Museveni, and I asked Muhakanizi and Kasami, is Amos Kaguta part of the private sector? Because Amos Kaguta was not part of the private sector. Amos Kaguta was part of the traditional sector. A cattle keeper, he was not part of the money economy. These instruments of controlling inflation, the prices and all that, they work on people who are already aware of the money economy.